We're good to go.
Wonderful. With that, we'll go ahead and call the February 3rd, 2021 Executive Committee public hearing to order. Please remember to keep your microphones muted until you are needing to speak. Mr. Burns, if you'd call roll for us, please.
My pleasure. Jackson Bogan.
Present.
Larry Leverance.
Here.
Jerry Reynolds. Jerry Reynolds. Gary Schroeder.
Present.
Tom Murtaugh.
Present.
Greg Jones.
Present.
Kathy Parker.
Present.
6 present.
Thank you, sir. On to the approval of the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes from the January 6th, 2021 meeting as submitted.
I second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? That carries. Have no new business, but we do have some public hearings, so this is where I get to read the wonderful piece. For those of you unfamiliar with our procedures, the Commission would like you to know the following. When we hear a request to subdivide land, we are only concerned as to whether the actual drawing showing the division into lots meets the technical requirements of our ordinance. The question of appropriateness has already been determined. Anyone wishing to make comments or provide us with the information regarding any subdivision petitions will be given the opportunity to do so. We are a 7-member body, and the majority of 7 is 4. Regardless of how many commissioners are actually present, at least 4 votes in favor or 4 votes against are required for our action to be official. If fewer than 4 of us subdivide is final. When addressing the Commission, please state your name and address for the record. Please limit your statements no more than 5 minutes, and we ask that you not repeat what others before you have already said. Please remember to keep your cell phones off and your microphone is muted until it's your turn to speak. If you need to make a call, please step out of the virtual room before using your phone. All exhibits presented to the Commission become the property of the Commission.
Okay, I move that there be incorporated into the public hearing portion of each application to be heard this evening and to become zoning ordinance, the unified subdivision ordinance, the comprehensive plan, the bylaws of the Area Plan Commission, the application and all documents filed therewith, the staff report and recommendations on the application to be heard this evening, and responses from checkpoint agencies.
I second.
Motion is second. Actually, we are all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? That passes. On to subdivisions.
I move to hear and vote on S4973 Covenant Subdivision Minor Sketch.
I second.
Okay. This
Don,
is
your mic.
yeah. This is located. This minor subdivision is located along the west or southwest side of Happy Hollow Road, between Knox Drive and Chippewa. It's a kind of an unusual strip of land that remains, vacant in West Lafayette, but it's been owned by the church for some time. They are selling it, and the neighboring property owners acquired some time ago, maybe a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago, about trying to acquire it as well as develop. In this case, 3 lots for 3 new homes. The gap between the 2 pieces there, you see this is all part of the same parent tract, but there is 2 chunks will be, actually 2 tracts will be attached to the joining properties along Knox Drive to the southwest there by Exemption E. So that they aren't required, or should they even be in this particular plat. So we've got 3 lots proposed. They all meet the R1 zoning requirements. It's kind of unusual in that there's a 40-foot setback along Happy Hollow, but it is classified as a urban secondary arterial, so that's why we have an extra bit of front setback off of that road. We got Utilities all around, it's noted on the sketch plan that the sanitary sewer is located along the southwest side of Happy Hollow, and water line is located on the northeast side. We did learn after the staff report was put out that from West Lafayette City Engineer's office that there is actually a sanitary sewer main that runs down the backyards of those lots, or in between the developed lots and the non-developed lots. So, and there's, I think, actually even laterals have been were put in some time ago. So there's plenty of access to the sanitary sewer for these new lots. We haven't had any communication from Indiana American Water Company yet to confirm that they can serve, but we have required, but obviously that we're in the middle of the city, we should be able to get water to these 3 lots one way or another. But so we did require a condition that we have that in writing from the water company before we do a final plat. So staff has recommended conditional primary approval based on a number of standard conditions to achieve these 3 lots to be platted.
Thank you, Don. Petitioner or petitioner's representative wish to speak on this?
Yes, we are. My name is Roger Fine with Fisher Engineering, 625 South Earl in Lafayette. I represent the petitioner in this case, who are the neighborhood owners. Wanted to let you know we have read through and reviewed and agreed with the staff report, and we are just fine with all the conditions. The only thing I would add was we have been informed by Indiana American Water that they do have service available to these lots. We have that in writing, and Don will be passing that along to you shortly. So we're here to answer any questions you may have and ask for your approval.
Thank you, Mr. Fine. Any questions from the commission members? Ryan, and Sally, this also goes to you. Have we had any citizens' comments, anything on the social channels? And is anyone there wanting to speak on this?
I've got no comments on either platform presently.
Okay. Sally, you're on mute.
Whoops, not in the room either.
Thank you. With that, we'll go ahead and give a 30-second pause for additional citizens' comments. Reminder while we're waiting on that, that we have a ballot that we'll need to complete after the voice ballot, that came in an email on Tuesday at 11 o'clock from Diana Trader, and we're voting on the S4973 Covenant Subdivision.
And I have 30 seconds having elapsed.
Thank you.
And
real quick, Don, it appears as
still no public comment.
thank you. Don, it appears as though I'm having trouble like I did the last time. Is there an edit that we need to make on mine so that I can complete the ballot? Do you know?
I've got the data in there this time. I'm not sure what the issue is for you.
I'm not either, so we might have to. Okay, we'll figure that out in the meantime. Mr. Burns, if you would, please.
With pleasure. When I call your name, please signify your vote by saying conditionally approve or deny. Jackson Bogan.
Conditionally approve.
Gary Schroeder.
Conditionally approve.
Kathy Parker.
Conditionally approve.
Larry Leverance.
Conditionally approve.
Tom Murtaugh.
Conditionally approved.
Greg Jones.
Conditionally approved.
That is 6 conditionally approved out of 6.
Thank you. Take a minute, and Don, if you'd let us know when those come in. I am able to do it on my phone, so it'll give me a second if you would.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Fine.
Well, I've got yours, Jackson, but I've only got 5 so far.
Okay.
I don't know if Gary's having trouble or what.
I submitted mine, and let me go back and look at it. It says that, oh, I'm sorry. There's another button there. I apologize, Don. Thank you. 2 buttons today.
Okay, we have 6 responses, all for conditional approval.
Thank you. On to S4974, Artisan Electric.
I move to hear and vote on S4974, Artisan Electric minor subdivision, minor sketch.
I second.
Kathy?
Okay, petitioner's property is located on the east side of North 9th Street Road, sorry. It's right at the Swisher Road intersection. The property is zoned GB, general business. It's a 7.4 acre tract, agricultural zoning to the west and south, and industrial to the east. This is also the main entrance to Prophetstown State Park further to the east. Here's a look at the aerial photograph. And a slightly closer look. Currently, there's a veterinary clinic, and they basically just want to divide this in 2. So pretty simple. Here's a look at the sketch plan. You can see there's a huge area of right-of-way. This was actually already obtained by the county, I think back in the 70s. So no further dedication of right-of-way is needed for this subdivision. And there are 3 conditions of approval, all of them standard. We are recommending conditional primary approval.
Thank you, Kathy. Petitioner or petitioner's representative wishing to speak on this?
Yes, Joe Coates with CNS Surveying. Hold on 1 second for the feedback. Representing Artisan Electric. I got feedback problems, hold on. Okay. Representing Artisan Electric, we've read the conditions and appreciate the staff's recommendation for conditional approval. And we're here to answer any questions you might have.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Coates. Do we have any questions from the commission members? Any comments?
Nothing on social media so far.
We'll give it 30 seconds and wait for that. Any comments?
And nothing on social media.
All right, let's go ahead and vote. Mr. Burns?
Thank you. When I call your name, please signify your vote by saying conditionally approve or deny. Jackson Bogan,
Conditionally approve.
Gary Schroeder,
Conditionally approve.
Kathy Parker,
Conditionally approve.
Larry Leverins,
Conditionally approved.
Tom Murtaugh,
Conditionally approved.
Greg Jones,
Conditionally approved.
6 out of 6 conditionally approved.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Coates. Mr. Vogeland, on to S4975, Jet C2.
But they do have ballots to fill out.
Oh, that's true. We'll wait for that to be official.
We got one.
So I
we
was already
almost
ahead
got
of everybody. Crushing this technology piece.
And we have 6 responses, all for conditional approval.
Thank you, and sorry for the rush. Now on to S4975, Jet C2.
I move to hear and vote on S 4975, a Jet C2 minor subdivision, minor sketch.
I second.
Don, back to you.
Yeah, this is, if you don't recognize it, the lot, or soon to be a new lot for the Kittle's furniture store in the Tippecanoe Court Shopping Center. It's on the southeast side of Maple Point Drive. It's in the same shopping center as the Payless. It's up at 38 there on Main Street and Maple Point. All zone general business. We did about 5 years ago a very similar lot split out of this shopping center for the Flooring Express, which is right next door on the southwest side. It's very simple. They just want to create a lot for this building, and in the GB zoning district there are no side setback requirements, so they can actually create a lot line down through a wall. So this is these two buildings are essentially one. So they're subdividing off the building, some area in the back, the service area, and parking spaces in front. There's no frontage actually for this lot, but they have guaranteed access through original easements created from the original plat several years ago for the Tippecanoe Court Shopping Center. Of course, they also have sewer and water connections, and the only thing that they will have to guarantee will be the possibly platting some easement. We're not sure exactly where the service lines are at this point, but they will need a plat easements that will guarantee maintenance for any service lines that might cross through other properties, so that if there's any problems and needing repair. So we recommend conditional primary approval with standard conditions.
Thank you, Don. Petitioner's representative wishing to speak on this?
Yes, thank you. Joe Coates with CNS Surveying again, 820 Longacre Drive, Lafayette. No feedback this time. We've read the report and have no problem with the conditions and appreciate the staff's recommendation for conditional approval, and would appreciate your going along the same lines.
Thank you, Mr. Coates. Any questions from the commission members? Hearing none on that, we'll give a 30-second pause for citizens' comments, social media. And Sally, is there anyone there wishing to speak?
Not in the room, thank you.
Thank you.
I think we're at the 30-second mark.
Thank you. Any comments, Ryan?
Let me check. Still no public comment.
Thank you, sir. With that, Mr. Burns, if you would.
Will do. When I call your name, please signify your vote by saying conditionally approve or deny. Jackson Bogan.
Conditionally approve.
Gary Schroeder.
Conditionally approve.
Kathy Parker.
Conditionally approve.
Larry Lawrence.
Conditionally approved.
Tom Murtaugh.
Conditionally approved.
Greg Jones.
Conditionally approved.
6 out of 6 conditionally approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burns. Don't forget to get your ballots to Don, and Don, let us know when we can continue.
Will do. We have 6 responses, all for conditional primary approval.
Thank you, sir. On to the approval of the February APC public hearing agenda.
I move that the following rezoning petition be placed on the February 17th, 2021 Area Plan Commission public hearing agenda. Z 2820 Trinitas Development LLC, R1 to R1 and R3.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? That carries. On to 5, approval of February ABZA public hearing agenda.
I move the following petitions be placed on the February 24th, 2021 Area Board of Zoning Appeals public hearing agenda. BZA 2049 Purdue Christian Campus House and BZA 2050 Tippecanoe County Conservation Club Incorporated.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
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 All opposed? That motion carries. Determination of variances, Lafayette Division of the ABZA.
I move the following request for variance from a unified zoning ordinance is not a request for use variance prohibited from consideration by ordinance and statute. That is case 2021-08, Tad Rentals LLC.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? That motion carries. Review and approval of the January budget report.
I'll move that we approve the January budget report as submitted.
I second.
Sally?
Yes, this is the revised report that you got today, which has the expenditures under personnel included. We were making the final new year additions to our financial management database. So that's done now, and Diane reran the report with the personnel portion. The only couple things to talk about is you'll see the column called encumbrance from last year. Those were bills that we received in 2020, but had passed the last pay date. So that money was encumbered into 2021, and we have now paid those bills. And the last item to talk about is in the expenditures this month column, the dues and subscriptions for $1,222.28. That includes the encumbered Journal and Courier subscription for $332, a publication we get called the Zoning Bulletin, the new city directory, and our monthly go-to-meeting fee.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Any questions from the commission members? Looks great. We already have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? That carries. We have no other business unless somebody wants to talk about something. Up to you, Gary.
I'm good. Thank you.
We'll take that adjournment.
I move to adjourn.
So moved. Thanks all. Appreciate it. Staff, great
Bye,
as always.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Everyone have a good night.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Aye.